Good afternoon. I told a really dear friend of mine in the sewing community that I would make this video to discuss the different uses or different types of vinyl, at least the ones that I use that we apply towards our business, bag making and body care products. There are quite a few, anything that you can think of, you can put vinyl on. Clothes, glasses, stone, wood, anything. But depending on your project will be let me say that again. Depending on the vinyl you want to use will be dependent upon the project that you want to use it on. So as for instance, this Q pouch went from just a plain old pouch to a very, conversation starter pouch just because I added this emblem. And this was used with heat transfer vinyl or HTV. Stickers. So this is a sticker and this is vinyl. It's called vinyl sticker paper. We get ours from J&J Packaging off of Amazon. You can design these in Design Space or Silhouette and then have them cut out on your cutting machine. So this is a vinyl too. And here's another example. We use printable vinyl for all of our stickers. You can also use heat transfer on your key fobs. You just adhere it to the back of the fabric and use it, and it classes it up. So then you can also use it to make keychains. Now this is permanent or 651. Oracle calls theirs 651. There's many different brands out there. We kind of use Oracle. We don't use a Cricut brand because one, it's expensive. Two, it is crappy to weed, at least in our experience. So, but yes. And then they have the removable vinyl we use for etching our glasses, because it's a lot easier to get off after the 3 minutes is up than permanent vinyl. So Cricut vinyl comes on rolls for the most part like this. I know I just said that I can't stand Cricut vinyl, but this was on sale. That's really the only time I ever buy it. And I really like this glitter. And this is a permanent. When you are buying your vinyl, if you are not experienced in it or you want to venture into it, please, let me say it again, please pay attention to what type of vinyl you are buying. This is permanent. Cricut has all different kinds of types of vinyls hanging up. So make sure you are reading, because again, depending on the project that you are planning to do will determine the type of vinyl that you use. So here is our printable sticker paper, and it is from J&J Packaging from Amazon. It's kind of pricey, $10 for this whole package, and you only get 20 sheets, so it's like 50 cents a sheet. But in our experience, it is the best printable vinyl out there. Then what I've been using a lot is HTV. HTV comes in all kinds of colors, and you can put it on anything that can handle heat. I've seen people put it on cups, not plastic, glassware, metal, shirts, clothes, bags, anything that can handle high heat for a fair amount of time. So HTV has a glossy side and a bland side. If you ever forget, you can always Google which side to cut for HTV, and it'll be the first answer that pops up. You want to cut it with the shiny side down. HTV also comes with its own carrier sheet, so you don't need anything extra to transfer this from this to your project. It comes just like this. This glossy on the front is the carrier sheet, and you will cut it bland, shiny side down, and you will make sure your cutting machine says mirror. Just throwing that out there. The other two types of vinyl that we use is 641 again, which is the removable. We use that for our etching. And the 651, which is permanent. You can use permanent vinyl again on anything. I wouldn't suggest clothes, but anything. We have used permanent vinyl on our glassware that we sell in our shop. But I would suggest that you put a care card in there with with permanent vinyl, because it cannot be put in a dishwasher or microwave, anything that is going to expose it to high heat for more than a few seconds or long enough. You can have a hot drink in it, but hot drinks don't stay hot for that long like a dishwasher or microwave. So it has to be hand washed only, or the vinyl will come off and then you'll have an angry customer. But with 651 and 641, or removable vinyl and permanent vinyl, you will need what they call a carrier sheet or transfer tape. I don't fall into the trap of spending a crap ton of money on transfer tape. This is called Easy Liner by Duck, and I get it from Walmart. This was a huge roll. I've had this for 2 years and I've used it a lot. You just cut out however much you need, however big your project is, and you put it on there. You can also use masking tape, which honestly, I think that's why I have this roll for so long, because I also use masking tape. We use masking tape for our etching because this is really tacky, which you have to pay attention to, because depending on your project, if it has very fine details, intricate designs, you don't want a transfer tape that's super tacky. You want it kind of medium to low tacky. So if you don't feel like buying 3 or 4 different types of transfer tape, you can buy masking tape, which has a medium tackiness, or you can buy this and then cut off your however much you need and stick it to your pants and get that stickiness kind of dulled down a little bit, and then put it on your project. That's how I have used it, and it has helped a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for vinyl. That's what we use for our sewing and body care products. The things that you will need to use for your vinyl, you can get the squeegee, and don't fall for the Cricut brand hardware. This is Cricut, and we have it because it came with our Cricut machine, but it's kind of getting chipped, so we have to buy a new one. Buy the off-brand. They work just the same, and they are so much cheaper. You will need one of these and at least a weeding tool. And I would suggest tweezers. Tweezers, a scalpel, and a weeding tool. The one with the hook. Those and this will be the only tools you need outside of your cutting machine. So to recap, you will need transfer tape or some type of carrier. Masking tape is great. I would not go with duct tape because you can still see through masking tape to see where to lay it down. But for 641 removable vinyl or permanent vinyl, HTV doesn't need a carrier. It has its own carrier sheet with it. And you can use permanent vinyl on just about anything. I would not suggest clothes. Removable vinyl is just as it suggests. You can place it somewhere and you're supposed to be able to remove it without any issues. I've seen people put it on walls. I would not suggest using it for something that's going to get a lot of use. And you can use it for etching, because once you get done, the timer is up. It's a lot easier to remove, and because removable vinyl is a little bit cheaper than permanent vinyl, it's not going to break the bank if you do a lot of etching, because it's a one-time use. Once you put it on here, you etch it, you have to tear it off. It's a one-time use for etching. But permanent vinyl can go anywhere, and it sticks. I just wouldn't suggest putting it on clothes. For clothes, bags, stuff like that, I would suggest HTV, heat transfer vinyl. Always follow the person you buy it from. I can't think of the name. they should send you directions, unless you buy it by the sheets from like Joann's or Michael's or some kind of craft store. If you go into the store and you're just buying it in sheets like this and not from directly from a company, that's what I was thinking of, then you might have to Google how to use it. So I hope this little short quick video kind of explained the difference of the vinyls. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below and I will answer them to the best of my ability.